اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق.
Warahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Great to have you with us in this Tajweed presentation of the makharij. As we had last time, the makharij, one of the five principal makharij of the 17 makharij existing in the Arabic language letters. So among the five principal makharij, one of them is called makharajul jawf, which is the oral and the throat cavity. And we have talked about the three letters in the previous video. You can go and listen and watch the presentation. Today, inshallah, we are going to talk about the second one, which is called makharaj al-halq. And al-halq represents the first makharaj coming after the lungs and after the chest, where the air coming out, before reaching the area, the oral cavity, which is the mouth. So this is called makharajul halq. So I'm going to talk about it, about the three throat points of articulation. There are 3 points and divided into 6 letters, and talk about these letters of this makharaj. And thirdly, I'm going to talk about the common mistakes when performing the letters of this makharaj. So when we read Qur'an and we try to pronounce some of the Arabic language letters, specifically if it's coming from this makharaj, we will find out what is the common mistake in pronouncing such letters wrongly. Last time, with the same image, the position of the tongue, and where in Arabic language most of the makharij and most of the letters of Arabic language produced by the tongue, but there are some of these letters that are, or which are produced from the throat, and some from the lips. So in between there will be the tongue, the roof of the mouth, and so on, or the epiglottis, which is around here. Now the flowing of the air will come, of course, through this side, then reaching that side of the throat when the meeting of the parts of the parts of the body of the throat produces, if it stops either at the first position here, or in the middle, or at the end, which is called one of the division the ulama mentioned, the farthest distance and the closest distance. It's called aqsa al-halq wa adna al-halq. Al-halq means the throat in Arabic language. So aqsa al-halq means the farthest distance from the mouth. That's what they mean. Aqsa, we say al-Masjid al-Aqsa, means the farthest mosque, which is far from al-Masjid al-Haram. And the adna, which is adna, means close, and close to the mouth, close to the makharij of the tongue and the mouth, and so on. But in between it's called wasat, which is in the middle. So there is adna al-halq, there are points there, there are 2 letters coming out, and in the middle there is 2 letters also, and also there are aqsa, which is the farthest distance from the mouth. There are 2 letters of Arabic language coming from. Then whenever the that position and the vibration of the 2 waters, they 2 create a sound by hitting each other, then what happens, sound flows and comes from their mouth. So you say or 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 akh or agh, and so on. So this is the way the air comes here and then produces this by meeting and vibrating and meeting each other, the 2 parts of the body, then produces a sound by bringing the air flowing and coming out here. So this is the description generally of this makharaj. Now we're going to see in the next picture the letters of the makharaj al-halq. I have made a proverb or a sentence that has a meaningful sentence that collecting and grouping all the 6 letters of makharaj al-halq, the throat cavity, where the points of articulation, and the letters are ghain and kha, which is at the closest distance of the mouth, and then at the farthest distance from the mouth you find the hamza and the ha, and in the middle is the ain and the ha. Now, the letters, the 6 letters of Arabic language are produced in this manner by making the sukun on the letter, and then you will find out if you put your hands around where the vibration and the sound is echoing, you will find out that makharij. So for example, I put sukun on the ghain and I put a alif or a hamza before that and say ar, or ir, akh. As you can see, they're closer to the mouth. Ghain and kha, they're closer to the qaf as well. Ar, akh, aqqa. The farthest distance you can see and in the middle is the ain and the ha, which is a little bit hard for a lot of people who are non-Arabs, by saying especially when they come close to each other. Some of these letters also, it is really hard also for some Arabs who are not trained or who have been far away from practicing the makharij of Arabic language. The ulama have grouped them, all of them, in a meaningful sentence. It says, أخي هاك علما حازه غير خاسري. أخي, oh my brother, هاك, take a knowledge, and if you have taken this knowledge, you have got something that you will never be, or you will not be in a loss. أخي هاك علما حازه غير خاسري. أخي, the beginning of أخي is a hamza, and it is here. هاك, it's a ha, starting by the bottom. علما is a ain. Ha, حازه. غير has the ghain. Khasiri is the kha. So these are the letters of makharij al-halq, makharij, the throat. So we're going to see, inshallah, in the next, what are the common mistakes which are made while reciting the Qur'an through producing these letters in a wrong makharij, or wrongly produced by giving a different quality or different attribute. Mistakes when sounding the letters of makharij al-halq. We start by the hamza, for example. The hamza, as we have discussed, comes from the farthest distance of the throat, which is close to the lung, and it's not close to the mouth. So the common mistake by saying this hamza, or you say the alif, but actually it's hamza, saying ah. So there is nothing called in Arabic language such thing called with the attribute of full mouth by saying ah, but it is a. Now, if you try to say ah by opening too much your mouth, not sidewise but vertically, then the producing of this sound of ah will come like that. But if you do the opposite by giving it sidewise, or I say into my right hand and my left hand, I put them next to my mouth and standing vertically, and I would say, for example, saying so if you have the habit of saying ah, a'udhu, aw. So for example, if I read this ayah, I say aw kasayyibin, aw, especially the letter waw. Even it is common even with some countries in Arab countries that they will say harful waw. They don't say harful waw, but actually it is waw and not waw. So it is not a heavy letter. It is a strong letter, of course, which you have to precise. So if you say al-mu'min, so you have precisely to make this letter strong and show it, but in the same manner, it is not a heavy letter by saying ah or aw. So this letter, whenever it comes in front of another letter that is a full mouth, such as sad, then you have to be careful not to make the alif mufakham and a heavy letter. So for example, if I want to read this second word which is mentioned here, asabi'ahum, so the sad is mufakham, which is a heavy letter among the 7 letters which are full mouth. Then this one is an empty mouth, so you would say asa. That's wrong. You don't say asa. You would say a, sa, sa. So bring your teeth together for the sad, hold them together and make a full mouth, but for the hamza, slightly open sidewise your mouth without stretching too much. So you just say I'm saying asabi'ahum. Similarly with the word which is here, as you can see, the third letter is mufakham, which is a heavy letter. Then you say, don't say aba, absarahum, absarahum, and not aba, absarahum. So this is one of the mistakes common in Hamza, and there are many mistakes common with the people who do not know how to pronounce the letters, who do not have control, or have not read the Qur'an from the mashayikh. And through reading to the mashayikh and the ulama and the qurra or the imam of the masjid, then you will inshallah get that experience and control of the articulation. So the first thing in the Qur'an to be careful is not to say a'udhu, it's a'udhu. The second is word of Allah, do not say Allah, it's Allahu, Allah, la mufakham, but the alif is muraqqaq. Another example in this ayat, for example, you would say in this ayah, ذَلِكُمْ أَقْسَطُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ وَأَقْوَمْ. So ذَلِكُمْ, this is the qaf, is a heavy or full mouth. Similarly the ta. So when people read fast and without controlling the makharij and the sounding and the attribute of the letter, they would say ذَلِكُمْ 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 أَقْسَطُ ذَلِكُمْ أَقْسَطُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ وَأَقْوَمْ وَأَقْوَمْ. So instead of saying وَأَ, to be careful. Another verse in the Qur'an, وَمَنْ قَتَلَ مُؤْمِنًا خَطَأً, not خَطَأً. So to make the hamza it's not it's a. Kha, yes. Ta, yes. It's full mouth. Both of them are full mouth, but not this one. Now the other mistake which a lot of people make qalqala on the hamza, because it is one of the letters which is really hard to make with a sukoon. So if I say, for example, this example, وَمَنْ قَتَلَ مُؤْمِنًا, so this is wrong. Do not make that mistake by making qalqala. وَمَنْ قَتَلَ مُؤْمِنًا, this is qalqala. So what do you need to do? That give it a little bit of time, properly sound it. وَمَنْ قَتَلَ مُؤْمِنًا خَطَأً. Instead of saying وَمَنْ قَتَلَ مُؤْمِنًا خَطَأً, that's wrong. خَطَأً. Similarly, the last example, وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ and ha, both of these letters, this hamza and the ha, have to be muraqqaq, which is empty mouth. So only the lafzul jalala have to be full mouth. وَلَوْ شَاءَ, not وَلَوْ شَاءَ Allah, Allah, وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ. So jazakumullahu khairan for listening, and I hope I see you the next episode in the next presentation video of the makharij to continue the common mistakes of the there are around 14 that I have mentioned, one or two actually. There are another 12 I should mention also regarding the ha and the ha and ghain and kha and so on. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الرحيم اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق